Every day is an adventure in farming. I mean, you wake up to a rainstorm or high winds to heat. There's always something you have to deal with every day. You can't make plans. When you're going full blast, you don't worry about what happened behind.
Bill Cure has a teddy bear heart. When you shake his hand, it's just like this legend, like sandpaper and grit, and each finger's about the size of a banana.
When Jared told me about, the business was struggling and that one of these farmers was going to write him a check, I'm like, a farmer is writing you a check? Like, are you sure? Like, I just remember, like, do I not get this? Without him, we couldn't have had that crop that finished the wait list.
We go and we play a portion of Charlotte's story told by Sanjay, and this big giant is crying. And he says, "What do you need?" Bill believed in us back when no one did.
One of the reasons why I decided to go with the Stanley brothers, because even though as tight as money was for them, they would always give the product that they had to families in need that couldn't afford it. And at that time, the fear that the U.S. government was going to come down on the people growing hemp, and there was a gentleman that come to me and said, "We believe that you're the only guy that has the guts to do this." And the 15,000 people on the waiting list finally got accomplished. We actually did that with our first crop, mostly because of Ray. That's what he's doing. I'm just pretty much a cheerleader in the background right now.
They're sure growing good and they look good this year. Pretty happy with the health of the plants.
Yeah.
Kind of come through a pretty rough start with the high winds and the extreme heat we had first of the month, but pretty tough plant. It handles it pretty well.
Well, we became really good friends because we had a lot of thinking alike. Hard-working, typical farmer that just doesn't know when to quit, and he's not afraid of much. It took some risk, right? But once you understood what you were taking that risk for, that was a risk we were willing to take. If it come down to the point that we were gonna have to go to jail or something like that, because not everybody's seen it in 2014 the same as we did. Somebody had to set the precedent. Somebody had to get people talking about it. Somebody has to make a statement. We were willing to do that.
It's been a huge adventure for me, from knowing nothing about the plant, never used the marijuana in any way. I grew up in the 60s and 70s where Vietnam was happening and the rebellious America was saying, that's enough of that. 40 years later, I was, what do you mean to grow hemp? And I really think that was one of the better moves I did in my life. I entered the winter phase of my life, the first 20 being spring. Now I'm in my winter phase, and I think my maker is going to look kindly on somebody that would stop and help a child.